Suddenly, wild laughter cut through the air, which did not bode well.
Hi, my name is Oliver. I am sure many people know the mystery of the Kovrinskaya abandoned hospital. I want to tell the story of what happened to a group of Satanist teenagers who decided to hold a black mass on the site of an old church that the Satanists of Nemister had built in the Kovrinsky Hospital. Nemister was a satanic sect that was destroyed. The material is on the internet. Read it. They were shot by riot police and the police on suspicion of mass murder of people and children. They say they were turned in by one of the sect members. But that is not known. When this was over, the entrance to their church and dwellings was blown up, and over time it was flooded with water. It is claimed that some of the corpses still lie underwater. The depth there is more than 2 meters. In 2008, a group of teenage Satanists decided to hold a black mass in the place where the church had been. When they got there, they realized that it was not possible because of the water. So they decided to go up to the floor above. There were 19 people in all. More precisely, 6 girls and the rest were boys. The oldest was 21 and the youngest 15. After taking all the necessary things they were going to use with them, they went up 1 floor above and found themselves in hell, as the 3 survivors assure us. According to their accounts, from the very first moment they were there, they felt that they were being watched. Moreover, they went at night. But, as you know, it's not so scary in a crowd. So he claims that neither flashlights nor candles wanted to burn once they were there. There was a constant noise of footsteps and shouting coming from all directions. The guys decided it was time to give up on Satanism and tried to find their way out, but no one could get their bearings. As you know, the HCB is full of surprises. In one place the floor is caved in another it's gone. A couple of people, frightened, ran in different directions. And immediately the rest of us heard screams and then a splash of water, or just the clatter of a falling body. 14 of the 19 were left. The girls were crying, the guys were trying to get some kind of light. Those who had cell phones were horrified to see that the network was gone. The silence calmed us down a bit, according to the survivor. But soon the nightmare began. All of a sudden all the flashlights were on. We began to shine them on the road, but the further we went, the greater the feeling of dread became. At last we realized that we had reached a dead end and that there was a blank wall in front of us. As we gathered ourselves back up, the lights went out again, and we were in darkness. It was scary to walk by touch, but there was no way out. Someone remembered that homeless people must live here, and suggested we shout to see if they would hear us. But no one could shout anymore, because what they saw next made many people run. Suddenly, 20 meters away from us there was a faint light that seemed to come from the ceiling, but we could not understand exactly where it was coming from. And then there was a strange shadow that was rapidly approaching us. We ran, and in different directions. Some immediately collapsed and died. When this vision disappeared, we began to look for each other by shouting. We found one another. It turned out that there were already 10 of us and the oldest member of the group was dead. And the girl had broken her arm in the fall. We decided to wait until morning. We sat by the wall and just kept quiet as we were gripped by fear. But the adventure did not end there. Soon voices were heard, and they were heard behind the wall where the boys were sitting. Out of fear, they sat in silence and listened. The words were unintelligible and they could not understand them. Suddenly the ceiling next to them collapsed, burying 3 more people under it. We could not stand our nerve, so we ran. The 7 people were pacing in the darkness, constantly bumping into each other and bumping into the walls. Suddenly, wild laughter cut through the air, which did not bode well. Someone fainted. I ran and stumbled up a flight of stairs that led upward. I started screaming, and 2 people ran up to me. We started going higher and higher, screaming. Soon the laughter died down and there was silence. With weeping and groaning, we crouched on the floor and waited for morning. Only in the morning, after 2 hours of wandering, we found the way out and immediately reported it to the police. The investigators found only 6 corpses. They couldn't find the rest. This prompted the authorities to block all the available exits to the hospital, and to post guards near the others. The guy who survived and told this did not become the most orthodox guy. For a very long time he was afraid to sleep in the dark. That's the story. These facts have been hushed up for a long time, and a lot has been hushed up from this place. They say that members of the dead Sinister sect kill them, or maybe it was just the usual satanic posing that killed these guys. Who knows? I think some of you have been there. But never go where Sinister was. For more people have already died in that place than in the whole hospital in all its years of existence.
If you liked the story, please subscribe and like. Till tomorrow.